take down a problem based on energy stored in a capacitor. The following graph shows the variation of charge Q with voltage V. For two capacitors K and L. In which capacitor is more electrostatic energy stored? In which capacitor is more electrostatic energy stored? First take down the graph. Q versus V graph. Q versus V. This is Q, V. For two capacitors V, for two capacitors L and K. The Q versus V graph for two capacitors L and K are given. Now we have to find out which capacitor will store more electrostatic energy. Now for this, we know the energy stored in the capacitor is given by U equal to half Cv square. So U is proportional to C and V square. Now in the graph, if you take constant V, so let me say any V, if you take any V, for constant V, any value of V, say V1, okay. So for any value of V, the energy stored will be proportional to C. So for same value of V, the energy stored in the capacitor will be proportional to C. For same value of V, energy stored U is proportional to V. Now from the graph, the slope of QV gives the capacitance value C, because we have Q is equal to Cv. Or the slope of this graph, which will give you actually Q by V. So the slope of the graph Q by V will give you the capacitance value C. So if the higher the slope, C will be more. That means the energy will be more. So here I have to write U is proportional to not V, U is proportional to C. For same value of V, the energy stored U is proportional to C. I am sorry, I have written V, but it is not V. For same value of V, energy stored U is proportional to C. So if higher value of C means the energy stored is also higher. We can write the slope of QE graph of capacitor gives the capacitance. The slope of QE graph gives the slope of QE graph gives the value of capacitance. From figure, from the given graph, we can write from the given graph, it is very clear that the slope is greater for L. So from the given graph, we can clearly write the slope is greater for L, or CL is greater than CK, because the slope is higher for the capacitance L. CL is greater than CK, and therefore it is very clear UL is greater than UK. The energy stored in L will be greater than the energy stored in K, because slope is greater for L. You can clearly write capacitor L will store more electrostatic energy. Capacitor L will store more electrostatic energy. Now take another problem. The plates of a parallel plate capacitor have an area of the plates of a parallel plate capacitor have an area of 90 centimeter square. Centimeter square. Each. The plates of parallel plate capacitor have an area of 90 centimeter square and are separated by separated by 2.5 mm. The capacitor is charged by connecting it to a 400 volt supply. Is charged by connecting it to a 400 volt supply. How much electrostatic energy is stored by the capacitor? Is stored by the capacitor. How much electrostatic energy is stored by the capacitor? Now let us read it. The plates of parallel plate capacitor have an area of 90 centimeters square and are separated by 2.5 mm. The capacitor is charged by connecting it to a 400 volt supply. How much electrostatic energy is stored by the capacitor? So given, let us first write the given things. Given area of the plates as 90 centimeters square. centimeter. You have to convert everything into SI unit. So 90 centimeters square. And the distance of separation between the plates D is also given, which is equal to 2.5 mm. 2.5 mm. The voltage of the battery is also given, 400 volts. Volts. Now the energy stored in the capacitor U is given by half Cv square. Cv square. So first find out C. C is, we know, epsilon naught A by D. Substitute this. 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 into, so 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 into A. A is 90 centimeter square. 90 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square divided by 2.5 mm. So convert it into meter. So everything you convert into SI units into 10 to the power minus 3. So which is equal to, calculate, so you will get 32 picofarad, that is 32 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad. Now to find out energy stored, U is half Cv square. So energy stored U is equal to half into C, that is 32 pico. 32 pico into V square. V is 400 volts. So 400 square. 400 square. So calculate this. This comes to 2.56 microjoules. 2.56 into 10 to the power minus 6, that is micro joules. Calculate and verify the answer. 2.56 microjoule.